Sometimes as a cleric, you feel that you see wow, words and things are important. But sometimes as a cleric, you feel um, a deeper connection with your deity. You truly understand their motives and desires, and you want that for yourself. Hello, welcome back, or welcome to DIS. I am Disity, and you are hearing me speak again, or for the first time. Whichever it is, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am glad to see you here. And today we are going to talk about the Cleric Glory Domain. It should be really interesting, somewhat powerful, but let's get into that. This is not the most updated version, but it's one of the first versions. So yeah, I'm just doing the first version, and then I'll give you a link in the description below where I found it, and then I think the last comment is the new subclass, or the new version. So there's that. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright. Cleric Glory Domain. The Glory Domain represents clerics that believe in the point of view of their deity. They want their guidance in order to achieve their deeds. Any god can fit in this position, as they can communicate with any mortal while granting them with divine powers to guide them to their goals. Sounds kind of like any cleric, but this is more of like a devoted cleric, which is interesting. Glory Domain spells. Cleric level, and then the spells. First level, we get Gift of Alacrity and Guiding Bolt. At third level, Augury and Pass Without a Trace. Should be Pass Without a Trace. Fifth level, Beacon of Hope and Spirit Guardians. At seventh level, Guardian of Faith and Freedom of Movement. And then at ninth level, Skill Empowerment and Steel Wind Strike. Interesting. Bonus proficiency. At first level, you gain proficiency with martial weapons. Guiding visage, whatever. At first level also, when a creature within 30 feet of you rolls a nat 1, including yourself, you can use your reaction to let the creature re-roll the die, and it must use the new roll. You can only use this once per ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. When you use this feature, you can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, a minimum of once. You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. In addition, you learn the guidance cantrip, which doesn't count against the number of cleric cantrips you know. For you, it has a range of 30 feet, and it doesn't require concentration for you. This effect does not stack on top of each other. Interesting. Channel Divinity, Glory of the Gods. Starting at second level, you can use your Channel Divinity to bolster yourself with the assistance of your deity. As an action, you present your holy symbol, and you gain the following benefits for 1 minute. You can use the dash, disengage, and dodge action as a bonus action on your turn. Also, if you use this at the start of combat when you have to roll initiative, you can add your wisdom modifier to your initiative roll. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Channel Divinity Shared Glory. Starting at 6th level, when you use your Glory of the Gods Channel Divinity, you can share the same benefits with one creature of your choice within 30 feet. You can't use this more than once on the same creature at the time. Divine Strike. At 8th level, you gain the ability to fuse your weapon strikes with necrotic or radiant damage. Once on each of your turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 necrotic or radiant damage to the target. The damage type is determined by your alignment, necrotic, evil, or neutral, Radiant, Good, or Neutral. If your alignment is neutral, then you have to choose the damage type you want when you gain this feature. When you reach 14th level, the extra damage increases to 2d8. Willpower's Wrath. Starting at 17th level, you have fully accepted the guidance from your deity. You can't be charmed by any means. Also, when someone is trying to charm you, you can use your reaction to take the attack action against the creature. Interesting. And reading the comments or whatever, I can see how it can be overpowered or very powerful. But on to the review itself. The Glory Domain, the story, it's interesting. I always think, like, a cleric should be, believe, maybe not believe, but trust and have some faith in their deity. So maybe it's they believe in the point of view, maybe like they kind of, their goals align with their deity, which would be really interesting. Nice for talking with your DM to make it work. For spells, I think they look pretty okay, pretty good. I know one of the comments in the post or whatever was saying that Gift of Alacrity is not in the player's handbook, and for a good reason. That, which makes sense. I think it adds an extra d8 to your initiative if you roll initiative, which that on top of your channel divinity can make you go fast, go quick in combat, go first in combat hopefully. But like, yeah, that's, and then Spirit Guardians is usually a must-have for all clerics, so strength for that. And then bonus proficiency, that's pretty interesting. I think it would be interesting if I don't know, I can talk about this later. Guiding Visage, that is very nice. Basically, a more powerful version of Halfling Luck, or the Lucky Feat, which, people, DMs don't like, other people do. And you get it like, up to 5 times, depending on what your level, what your wisdom modifier is at first level. It could be between 3 times per long rest or 5 times per long rest, which is like, that's crazy. And then you get the guidance cantrip that's at a range and doesn't have concentration, which is very, very nice. Glory of the Gods is very nice. I read it as for the minute you have basically the effects of Rogue's Cunning action. But they were saying because it's dash, disengage, and dodge action, that people could say that you get all 3 as a bonus action, which would be very annoying. But then I would, yeah. And then you can also get adding your wisdom modifier to your initiative roll, which is very nice. Makes you go quick in combat. That on top of Gift of Alacrity, although as a DM you could say one or the other. And they were saying that, like, because of that, everyone would want to dip into this, which makes sense. Sharing Glory, that's pretty nice. Sharing the benefits with one person within 30 feet. And you can't do more than once, that creature more than once. I would say at the same time, probably I would say per long rest or whatever. Divine Strike, necrotic or radiant damage. Choosing, they were saying that because it kind of gives the choice to the neutral characters to do radiant or necrotic, which makes sense to, like, kind of favors them, which makes sense. but it is nice. Willpower's Wrath. That is interesting with can't be charmed, and when someone is trying to charm you, can use your action to take the attack action. You can use your reaction basically opportunity attack, but it's an attack action against a creature. They were saying that you would should have it be like range or whatever, because they could say you can run up and attack using that reaction. I interpreted it as, because it's the attack action, it could be a melee or range attack, and that could. You could, if it hits, you could put your Divine Strike on it because they're all just a weapon attack. So there's that. But I can see their arguments there. How I would change it, they did change it. How I would change it is, for Guiding Visage, I would probably. I don't know. They just got rid of the reaction thing. I would say there would have to be with all of this. I think it would be really interesting, and you'd have to talk to your DM about it, of course. But like, flavor this for you are, believing in the point of view of your deity. But these different features, they change slightly depending on the deity you worship. So if it's a god of, nature or whatever, then martial weapons would make sense. Maybe you're proficient in the nature skill or expertise in that, and in religion or something, or medicine or survival, and then Guiding Visage, you do have that reaction. Maybe it's like 2-3 times per long rest or something like that, and it has to be something that would be in accordance with the goals of your deity. So kind of that seems harsh, but I mean that would probably be what you're going for anyway. And then Glory of the Gods. It seems weird that it's wanting you to go first in combat, which is neither good nor bad. It is what it is. I don't know if it's really such a great thing. I mean, you can attack for other people, they're bad guys, other enemies, but maybe you want to see how the battlefield goes. Maybe you go first and then they all surround you and attack you. Divine Strike, I think that should be also flavored for the specific deity. So for, like, say the nature deity, maybe it's you infuse it with poison damage or acid damage, or maybe bludgeoning, or another another D8 of your weapon damage die as it like is strengthened with the nature, something like vines go around it, or it like becomes thorns or something like that. Or maybe when you attack it, maybe they are held in place by vines for a little bit or something like that. That would be cool. I do like the Willpower's Wrath. I think that's fine. I think it should be like take the attack action to make a melee or ranged weapon attack against the creature to put that in perspective. And let's see here. Spells. Those are Gift of Alacrity is the player's handbook, so it would you would need another thing in order to access it, which is true. And that stacked on top of the Channel Divinity does make it go zoom up the initiative, which whatever. That can be really nice, can be really bad. But yeah, I think I can see how people would say this is incredibly overpowered, especially at lower levels. I think working with your DM to make it work, this version to make it work, you'd have to figure out who the deity is in order to figure out like the type of damage from the divine strike and the what the purpose for the guiding visage and your bonus proficiencies are and stuff like that, which would help reflavor it to make it more personal to you, which would be really cool. It would be interesting to see this in combat, in play. Definitely a support character thing. Of course, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. In the description will be should be the link and everything. With one of the comments from the link will be the new version, which I could review later on. Next week we are going to the Druids. Of course, the next couple videos will be in another place because I'm watching after a couple dogs, which is fun. Let's see here. And then, next week, on Saturday, we're doing lore crafting around this, which I kind of did a little bit, but we'll do more. And if you're wanting to go to my Discord server so we can chat more about lore crafting and the character and these options that I'm reviewing, go ahead and do that. But the next week, we're going on to the Druid, which is Circle of Spirits, someone who sees that spirits are just as natural as living things, maybe even more natural for whatever reason, and kind of taking that to talk to them, access some powers from them, stuff like that. Should be interesting. Check me out next week for that. Of course, I'm still streaming Neverwinter and Lego Star Wars 3 and the Old Clone Wars. For the Lego one, it will be at the new place, which should be fine. With Neverwinter, I'm going through Acquisitions Incorporated, which is really fun. Let's see, anything else? Not that I can think of. I'm still studying for school. I might do some writing in a bit. I want to start doing more writing and thinking. I am still thinking. Let's see here. Anything else? This is a long one, which is fine. Keeping in your mind my sister's D&D inspired bar idea whenever that comes out. Let's see here. Previous episode, channel subscription, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Let me know what you think of this, and check out come visit my next video on Saturday for the lore crafting around this. And I'll see you guys then. This idiot out.